Oh yes, week 1 was good, but week 2 of the high school football season did not disappoint. Lots of plays made on the field tonight. Let's dig in. It's Football Friday night.
They're coming in from far and wide, filled with team spirit and hometown pride. All fired up from the big pepper rally last night. Hear the marching band playing the fight song. Teams charging the field, ready to get it on. Cheerleaders working up the crowd with all their might. That's what I love about a high school football Friday night.
Oh yes, let's do it. Welcome to Football Friday night, presented by McCoy Federal Credit Union. I'm Jared Oliver. Several teams were in position to keep their record perfect, while some look to avoid going 0-2. Our McCoy Federal Credit Union Game of the Week features two powerhouses looking to add another one into the win column. Seminole on the road at Osceola. No love lost between these two. Last time they met was in the 2020 state championship game. Seminole won. Second possession for the Cowboys. Tavion Swint makes a juke to the inside, then goes out 60 yards later. He's in the end zone to make it 7-0 Osceola. Later in the fourth and goal for Seminole, they try the Wildcat but fumbles the snap. Joshua Alamo recovers for the Cowboys to the second quarter. Seminole tried to get their passing game going, but Luke Rucker goes high, and the ball is tipped right into Jaden Bradford's hands, returns it for 35 yards to the 16, but that was it. Everybody out, lightning delay. The Sky was put on a show for more than an hour and a half, still 3 minutes left in the first half. Yikes. First play after the delay, Gunnar Holland to Swint in the end zone. 6 more, baby, for the Cowboys to make it 14-0. But the Seminoles quickly answered. Rucker on the wide out screen to Michael Key, and he does the rest from 27 out. Seminole is on the board to make it 14-6, and later in the third, Key finds the end zone. Now makes it 14-12, but listen to this. Seminole scored with a minute to go to take the lead. Osceola answered with less than 30 seconds to go to tie the game, to send it into overtime. In OT, Seminole wins after a touchdown and successful 2-point try. Seminoles beat Osceola by 28-7. All right, Apopka escaped with a 1-point win last week. Meanwhile, West Orange looked like they may run the table for the 4M District 5 title after a huge win over Oak Ridge last Friday. The Blue Darters and Warriors face off for a Week 2 showdown. Whoever gets the win here would have some major early season momentum. We'll pick things up with West Orange on the attack. This is QB Trevor Jackson connecting on a long pass with Jordan Bridgewater. 48 yards into Apopka territory. West Orange still driving. A few minutes later, and Jackson, well, he's going to take it himself, 30 yards to the house, making moves, making defenders miss. Their offense kept it up as well, though. Here's Jackson again. He's going to dish it to wideout Larry Miles, the freshman, hauls it in. The 40-yarder against the Blue Darters defense, and West Orange could convert a few plays later. Stop me if you've heard this before. It's Jackson taking it to the end zone for a second touchdown. This one from 10 yards out. The Warriors lead 13-0 at the half, and Apopka could only manage 6 points in the second half. The final from West Orange high, 13-6 Warriors.
Let's go, Mustangs! Let's go! Let's go, Mustangs! Let's go!
Well, let's go. Wekiva cheerleaders were pumped up, hosting Ocoee. Terrell Weathers put on a show for the Mustangs, ripping off this 37-yard run into Ocoee territory. Then Weathers got Wekiva on the board with a 3-yard touchdown run. Extra point was no good, so it's 6-0 Mustangs. Time winding down in the first quarter, and it's Ocoee QB Darian Warden hooking up with a side Wasim for a 35-yard play. The Knights came up empty as the field goal was no good, so Ocoee remained scoreless. Back to Weathers, and he was lighting it up on this run right here. Sticks his foot in the ground several times, making defenders miss, using the analog stick over and over, cuts to the far sideline for a 50-yard run. I mean, this run is incredible. Look at this. They would tack on some more with the horse collar penalty, so Wakaiva is knocking on the door again, but things quickly change in football. Kobe's Joshua Guerrero jumps the route of this pass, and he is gone. 89 yards to the crib for a pick six. The kick was good, so it's a Kobe now on top 7-6. Wakaiva, well, they were looking to get back on track, and we would see them try to on this 4th and 9. It's Tyree Davis hitting Kevale Cooper, and check out the concentration on this catch. On the sideline against the defender, big pickup for the Mustangs. It's been a while since we heard from Terrell Weathers, though, but he knows you missed him. 20-yard touchdown run. Nobody can tackle him, apparently. Wakaiva converts the 2-point try to take a 14-7 lead just before halftime. Ocoee rallies late to win 15-14. Well, after coming up short last year in the playoffs, Lake Mary answered the bell in Week 1 with a solid win to set the tone for the 2022 season. Tonight, the Rams hosted 1-0 Spruce Creek Hawks. Lake Mary was on a mission to keep things rolling in the early part of the season. First up, the Rams defense. They pick up a 3rd down sack, and that will force Spruce Creek to bring out the punt unit. Once they got their hands on the ball, Lake Mary, well, they knew what to do with it. They go deep. Logan Cook hits Caden Harshberger for their 45-yard score. The kick is good, and the Rams have a 7-0 lead. That was all the offense we would see before halftime as Luke Smith of the Hawks throws it, fakes out our photographer, but not Eli Streaker. Lake Mary linebacker nabs the interception. Then the Rams try to get it going, but can't convert on the 4th down. A big stop by Manquez Lang, and Spruce Creek takes over, but they were giving a mood as moments later, it's Straker with his 2nd INT, giving the ball back to Lake Mary. One more drive before half, and it leads to a field goal try, and it will be blocked. A defensive struggle takes us to halftime at 7-0 Rams. Early second half, and it's Logan Cook for Lake Mary, keeping it himself. The QB is in from 10 yards out, and the defense did the rest. Lake Mary tops Spruce Creek 19-0 to remain unbeaten. All right, good crowd on hand at Boone as they host Evans. Aiden Mizell out with a knee injury he suffered last week. The soon-to-be Florida Gator told me he'll be back in the near future. First possession for Boone. Quarterback Elijah Rooney with the carry, but the Trojans defense holds him up and strips the ball away. Not what you want to see. Not the start you would want either if you're Boone, but Trojans couldn't capitalize off the turnovers, so Braves offense back on the field. Rooney hands it off to Legarius Marshall up the middle, and he coughs up the football. Several frustrating moments and possessions for Boone head coach Andy Johnson, but the Boone defense, well, they kept Evans out the end zone for as long as they could. Not this time. Wilson Toussaint is going to get the carry out of the backfield, bounces it right, and runs it in for a touchdown. No good on the 2-point conversion, so it remains 6-0. Last possession for Boone before halftime. Rooney hits Xavier Westbrook over the middle, and yeah, he knows what to do with it. Picks up the 1st down, moves the ball inside the 20-yard line, and the Braves with a chance to punch it in from the goal line. Rooney is picked off, oh man, by Brandon Jacobs. Aiden Mizell's absence was really felt tonight, but Boone does find a way to still win it 14-6. All right, Oak Ridge and Olympia unable to get a win last Friday. Let's see who avoids the 0-2 record tonight. First drive for the Titans, and it's Juan Ganius hitting Xavier Tucker, and Tucker carries a defender into the end zone. Olympia converts the 2-point try to go up 8-0. Then it's Ganius and Tucker hooking up again, and Tucker decides to show off the speed a little bit, a little move there, and he's gone untouched for a 2nd score. That's 2 touchdowns for number 2. Good things. People come in bunches, and sometimes Ganius does as well. Ganius connecting with Tucker for a 3rd touchdown. Have a day, young man. 22-0 Titans. Oak Ridge searching for answers. But how about we show some love to the running game? Darian Rangel gets the handoff, disappears into the line, and poof, there he is in the end zone for 6. Olympia rolls big time, crushing winless Oak Ridge 41-7. Olympia evens their record at 1-1. The Titans go on the road to face Lake Nona next Friday, and Oak Ridge will be at home against the University Cougars. Timber Creek and Dr. Phillips came up short in their season debuts. After the break, we'll recap how their Week 2 matchup went down as both look for their first win of the season. And plus, we check in with University tonight in their matchup on the road against East River. But before we show you that, here's the first battle of the band tonight, the Eustis High School Band. Welcome back to Football Friday Night, presented by McCoy Federal Credit Union. Last week, Timber Creek was our game of the week, and the Wolves came up a bit short against Boone, a team who didn't have their best player due to an in-game injury. Tonight, the Wolves look to bounce back in their home debut against Dr. Phillips. The Panthers also 0-1 coming into tonight's game on the road. Third quarter, Timber Creek leading 15-7. A.J. Williams swings it out to Marcus Crawl, and it's a long one. Keeping those high feet going, goes down the sideline, and he is going for a 74-yard score to go up 21-7. The crowd loves it. What a run by that young man. To the fourth, DP comes back on a 1st and goal. Adam Guzman scores from 2 yards out, which cut the lead to 7. Next, Timber Creek possession, they fumble with 4 minutes left and gives Dr. Phillips a chance to come back here. But then Dr. Phillips capitalizes on the turnover. That's what you do. Guzman scores to cut into the lead, and man, we got a finish coming here. Then they decide to go for it for the 2-point conversion. Look who it is, number 15. He pops out of nowhere. This game turned into high drama. A scare here for TC. They fumble, but they recover the ball, so that means it's one man left to win the game. Alex Davis, the kicker, from 33 yards out, nails it, and Timber Creek wins. What a finish, 24-22. Timber Creek does it for the Wolves. What a game. All right, East River was unable to put any points on the board last week. Let's see what happened tonight against University. East River quarterback back in the gun, looking at the defense, can't decide what the heck to do with it, so you take it yourself, of course. A nice play for him, and they almost get a first down out of that. Later on in the drive, East River slowly moving the ball down the field. Kellen Willis gets it off the sweep, making defenders miss as he's taken down inside the 15-yard line. 3 plays later, they call Miner's number. Call him. Call him. The big guy takes it up the gut, stays on his feet, goes in and scores the touchdown for the Falcons. And then check out the student section. Just feet away from the field. The definition of home field advantage should be a penalty probably. Anyway, University possession, not a good start to the drive. Snap goes over the quarterback's head. He tries to gain back some of the lost yardage, but gets taken down around the 10-yard line. And then a couple of plays later, kind of the same thing. Snap goes over the head. Deshaun picks it up, and then he somehow finds a way to make a play out of it. Breaks a couple of tackles, a spin move down the far sideline. A great run for University. The drive would stall out, and they get no points out of it. But East River, they hold on to win, 17-3. Lake Minneola got off to a great start with a Week 1 win on the road. The Hawks played last night in a Thursday game against Eustis. I got a hint for you. Wasn't pretty at all. The Hawks scored 29 points in last week's win. Well, they won up this one last night. Also, never a bad idea to add smoke to your field introduction. First possession for Minneola. We pick it up inside the 20-yard line. Quarterback Quinn Neiman dumps it off to the flat to Braylon Knott, sticks his foot in the ground, and scores the first touchdown of the night. Then a Eustis possession stalls out, and they're forced to punt. snap goes over Jordan Digger's head, and nothing good comes from that play. Hawks defense swoops in and sets up great field position for the offense. Hawks inside the 5. Neven hands it off to John Celestine, breaks the plane, and up the middle he goes. Lake Minneola up by 2 scores in the first quarter. Eustis trying to get something going on offense, but you can't do that if you can't at least control the snap. Another ill-advised turnover for the Panthers. And life is always easy when an offense has short fields to work with. Neven hands it off to Celestine inside the 10-yard line on 3rd down. Goes in barely untouched. 3 touchdown drives in the first quarter for the Hawks. To the second quarter, Lake Minneola inside the 5 after a 4th down conversion. Then Celestine finds the gap inside and scores another touchdown to put Lake Minneola up 28-0 in the first half. And Lake Minneola wins big 42-0 and goes to 2-0. And the Hawks go on the road to play Wekiva next Friday in a non-district showdown. All right, there's no reason to do a high school football show if we don't show you the best plays of the night. We'll rank the top 3 of the evening. Stick around. But before we go, let's go back out to the field for our second Battle of the Bands featuring the marching band from Lake Minneola High School. Jared Oliver still with you here on Football Friday Night, presented by McCoy Federal Credit Union. We've come to the part of the show where we feature the best of the best. Yes, it's our Plays of the Week, powered by Gary Yeoman's Ford. All right, let's get to it. Play number 1 goes to Wekiva running back Terrell Weathers. Maybe we should call him R2 for the PlayStation controller thingy-majig. Defense flying everywhere, but not making any tackles at all. A 50-yard run for Weathers gets him on the Plays of the Week board at number 1. That's a great run. Play number 2. Don't be so harsh on my burger. I like it cooked medium. Logan Cook hits Caden Harshberger for a 45-yard touchdown in stride. That's the way receivers like to make catches in stride. Lake Mary wins 19-0, and that is our play number 2. All right, play number 3 comes from Timber Creek and Dr. Phillips. Iceman down 1, final play of the game, and Alex David splits the uprights from 33 yards out. The game-winning kick sends Dr. Phillips home with a loss, and Timber Creek celebrating. The Wolves beat the Panthers 24-22, and those are your Plays of the Week. And we'll be picking Gary Yeoman's 4 Plays of the Week each and every Friday night. Still ahead, we are looking to tomorrow, a busy slate of college football on Channel 9. We run the games next, and it's time for our 3rd band of the night, the Boone High School Marching Band. All right, welcome back to Football Friday Night, presented by McCoy Federal Credit Union. That's it for week 2. I know it's a sad part of the show, but we must go. Tomorrow is the first full day of college football, though, and we've got some good matchups here on Channel 9. At noon, Colorado State takes on Michigan. Then at 3:30, we'll have Georgia and Oregon for you. Then we close the day with Notre Dame and Ohio State. A full slate of college football in week 1. We'll have some great matchups all across the board in college football landscape. We'll see you next time here on Channel 9 for Football Friday Night. I'm Jared Oliver. Take care, Orlando.